So singer and TikToker Cat Janice recently passed away at the young age of 31. Now, if you don't know who that is, that's completely normal because it was only recently that she blew up for her story. In 2022, she was diagnosed with sarcoma, which is a very serious form of cancer that infects certain parts of the body. The survival rates are not very promising the older you get and as you get into the later stages of it. However, she went under chemotherapy and the doctors told her that she was completely cancer-free. But the victory was pretty short-lived because the cancer came back and then spread to her lungs. And from then on, it seemed like she was living on borrowed time. In January of this year, she began her hospice treatment, which is basically the treatment that cancer patients go under when they're about to die. And as Kat was going under this treatment, she posted a video on her TikTok explaining her situation and announcing that she was going to drop a song very soon on her birthday. And that any royalties that she got from this song and her previous music would go to her 7-year-old son. Now, unfortunately, Kat was never really successful financially as a musician. In fact, she actually worked as a geospatial information scientist as her main job. Those are the scientists that study the ground and stuff, by the way. So in terms of money, she didn't really have much to leave behind for her son. So her dying wish as a cancer patient was for people to stream the song so that she could have some type of money, just something to leave behind for her child. And by the saving grace of the internet, this TikTok exploded and got over 60 million views. And it started this complete giant domino effect for making her song go viral. Now, the song is called Dance You Out of My Head, and it's a very funky, catchy tune about dancing all of your troubles away. The song itself was inspired by the line, "Dance Until You Love Me," that her and her son both sang together when they were on a drive together. Super, super cute. Kat wanted her last song ever to be fun and bring joy to people, which it did. It's a very groovy and dancey track and kind of reminds you a little bit of Dua Lipa. She actually dropped the song independently rather than through her record label because she really wanted to speed up the release on the song because her conditioning was quite that bad. It became a huge TikTok sensation with over 2 million people making videos to the song. They were doing dances to it, retelling her story, or even using it as background music. People were using it to really spread the word. And the song actually got decent success outside of the TikTok app, with getting over 15 million streams on Spotify. It even went so far as to chart #1 on the TikTok Billboard, #7 on the iTunes chart, and even #2 on Billboard's dance/electric songs. It was honestly just super cool to see everyone come together to really make this happen for someone who really needed it. And I gotta say, this is probably like the only time ever where it was not cringy for a big influencer to ask people to stream their song. Because I can't tell you how many famed, desperate TikTokers I've seen come on the app and try and tell people their sad story of how everyone thinks their music is trash and try to get pity streams. It never works because it's dumb. But this was a very, very solid exception because this woman was not doing it for the fame. She was doing it for her son. Her son. She wanted to make sure that he would be okay after she leaves this earth by doing what she knows best: making music. That is a very, very respectable mom and artist. Because this woman was releasing music for 10 years, and never asked for pity streams. What sucks is that even with the song's amazing performance, it seemed like Kat did not have the energy to celebrate any of it. This poor woman was so weakened by her condition that maybe on a good day, she can utter a few words to express her gratitude. Almost every day, she was getting further and further from recovery, and unfortunately, I think you know where this is going. On February 28th, 2024, Catherine Janice Ispen passed away at the young age of 31. She may have died at a very young age, but at least she died knowing that her son was going to be set for a good amount of time. Her brother got full control of her social media, and he announced that Kat had more unreleased music that would be released very, very soon. And also all the royalties would be given to her son, obviously. Now, this would be a very sad yet wholesome story that would leave an amazing legacy for the mom. If the internet didn't fucking ruin it, because as usual, the little green goblins of the internet were scheming on a way to somehow try and ruin this for everybody. As this woman was quite literally dying from cancer, people started to drag her name across the internet and calling her a Zionist. Their reason? Well, someone somehow pointed out the fact that she was following the State of Israel on her Instagram account, as well as the IDF, which is the Israeli military. That's it. That's quite literally it. That was all the proof that these people had to officially call her a racist and a terrible person. And just like that, a bunch of her supporters did a full 180 on her. They pulled a Julius Caesar and stabbed her in the back. Cat Janice is a Zionist, by the way. Yeah, it sucks that she has cancer, but she claims she's raising money for a child, but I fear it could be used for the IDF. By the way, for y'all making videos, streaming, and posting for the song to raise money for Cat Janice, she's a Zionist, follows both the government page and IDF. A bunch of TikTokers were making like 5-minute long plus videos talking about the entire thing. And on top of it all, people were spam commenting a bunch of stuff on her videos. You know, the videos where she's promoting her song so that she can leave money for her son because she's dying. There was this whole movement trying to cancel her, for a lack of better words, and she didn't even say anything. It was literally just from following Instagram accounts like that. That was it. And it was enough for people to go against a dying woman. Now, if she maybe said something like, "Oh, fuck them kids, I'm glad they're getting bombed," okay, maybe I'd understand the criticism, but she didn't say a single thing. Nothing. She didn't say anything. The fact that people assume that she supported genocide for following Israel is like the same logic as a girlfriend thinking you cheated on her just because she had a dream about it. And this is not to bash anyone's political beliefs by any means, because honestly, it's completely irrelevant. It was the fact that people jumped to this insane conclusion so quickly, and the fact that it was just enough for people to completely dismiss her cause. Now, when all of this was happening, she didn't address it, which honestly was a very smart move on her part, because it just would have taken away the attention from the music, which was really the most important thing here. And I guess during this time, she also unfollowed the State of Israel too, because she's not following it anymore from what I saw. Now, I'm not gonna touch on the Palestine and Israel conflict because there's no way I'm gonna get involved in that conversation. But at the same time, I'm not gonna act dumb. I do understand why some people would be slightly rubbed the wrong way from that if they did have certain ethnical origins and certain beliefs. But there is a very solid explanation for this that I really think will help give people context if they really are that curious. Now, there is a very, very solid chance that Cat is Jewish. Even though there is no information that completely confirms or completely denies it, her last name is Ispan, which does have a lot of Ashkenazi Jew origins. Granted, that is the most evidence I really have for her being Jewish, but it's still a pretty solid argument if you ask me. Now, under the assumption that she is Jewish, it makes complete sense why she would follow Israel. She's Jewish. Israel is a Jewish country. It makes sense why a Jewish person would follow the only Jewish country in existence. It doesn't necessarily mean that she supports what exactly is going on in the world right now. It means that she supports Judaism and the culture. I'm Jewish, and I also follow both Israel and the IDF on Instagram. Not necessarily because I support what the government is doing completely, but because I support the culture. I support Judaism. Again, Israel is the only official Jewish country on the earth, and it has the second highest population of Jews right before America. And keep in mind, there's only 15 million of us in the world. You know, the mustache man kind of set us back in numbers after all. So in terms of our population, we kind of try to protect whatever we have. Lots and lots of Jews are not necessarily happy or agree with what's going on either, but when they support Israel, they are not supporting the government. Again, they're supporting the people, the citizens, Jews. It's because we want our culture to be protected, not because we want to bomb children. Now, again, under the assumption that this woman is Jewish, which she most likely is, that was probably her intentions with following Israel. But again, it's not completely confirmed. But regardless of whether it's true or not, it doesn't really matter that much, because it accomplishes nothing. Spamming hate to a woman who died of cancer and discouraging people not to stream her music quite literally only hurts the 7-year-old child. At the end of the day, he's the only one that really suffers from it, which is not fair. No one learns from this and nothing is gained. It does not matter what political belief you have in the situation. Whether you're pro-Israel, pro-Palestine, pro-Bozo the Clown, I don't give a flying fuck. It makes you look immature, and it makes people take your movement less seriously, no matter what it is. Trying to ruin a woman's reputation during a time where she is dying from cancer all because she followed an Instagram account is disgusting behavior. Disgusting. But anyways, stream the song Dance You Out of My Head. Stream it while you sleep, in the shower, in the gym, wherever. I have it linked in my bio below. Also, I would really appreciate anybody that subscribes to the channel. I'm trying to get my rent paid for next month. Shalom.